Mike LaJudas, cool name. When you wrote Born to Love You, did you have the Oddworld video to use as a source of inspiration, or did you write the music and they created the imagery after? That's an interesting question. So I wrote Born to Love You separate to Oddworld. I actually wrote the song and recorded it and then sent it to Lorne Lanning, who is one of the co-creators of the Oddworld video game series. And he just really loved the lyrics of the song. He felt that the lyrics of the song expressed Abe's journey. And he wanted to use my song in the video game. So the two things kind of happened in an unrelated manner. However, I did have to reproduce the song, which means I had to rearrange all of the instruments around the vocal line. I basically re-recorded the whole song maybe 5 to 10 times, and I had to like submit different versions to him to get the tick of approval before he was happy with it. So I didn't actually have a visual to write to, but I did work very closely with the creators of the game to get their vision. Even though it was a song that I wrote, I did produce it with their vision in mind. So it was an amazing learning experience because I have gone on to do more scoring. So I do, as well as write songs, you know, with a vocal line, I do also write instrumental music, which when you're writing for film and TV is called scoring. So I have actually scored an Australian indie web series, and for that process I had the footage first and I was writing the music specifically to that footage. So two very different experiences, but I loved both of them just as much. Moving right along to Instagram questions. First up, we have Hamza G Forever, and he asks, what's the backstory of Born to Love You? Okay. So I think I probably said this a couple times, but I actually wrote Born to Love You before it was considered to be used in the video game Oddworld. Kind of the backstory is I wrote the song, I recorded it. It was kind of one of the first recordings where an original song that I'd written that I sort of thought, this really needs to get out there and needs to be heard by people. So I was kind of, as a very naive like girl in my early 20s, I was sending it out to everyone thinking that they'd actually care about it and listen to it. Which, you know, as you get more experience, you realize when you just send things blindly to people, no one gives a shit and just deletes it or whatever. And for some reason, one of my close friends at the time, she was a really big fan of Oddworld, and I also was a big fan of Oddworld when I was younger. I was actually fan of the month, which is amazing how these things come in full circle. Yeah, and so she suggested that I send it to Lorne Lanning, who is the co-creator of Oddworld. And so just on a whim, I sent it to him via Facebook Messenger, and I was like, hey, big fan of your game. This is my song. Do you like it? Or something stupid like that. And he actually opened it up, watched the video or whatever. It's the worst photo of me ever. It looks so fake. I'm wearing the worst like $2 wig from eBay. And like way too much makeup, and anyway, I just remember thinking back, being like, why did I used to dress like that? But anyway, that's besides the point. He really loved the song, and he actually said to me on multiple occasions that he felt that the lyrics of the song really demonstrated Abe's journey to save the Madokans, and so that was the reason why he wanted to use the song in his game. And then from there, we had lots of Skype meetings and discussions about how I could rework the song so that it would fit more in line with the video game, and so I revised it, God, like maybe 5 to 10 times, different version after different version, and I worked really hard, and I was really inexperienced at producing at that time, so it was all like a new, just a really big learning experience, and I look at it as something that I'm really proud of, just emotionally dealing with that kind of level of stress. So also it opened up a lot of opportunities for me, and a lot of people discovered my music because of that opportunity, so it was wonderful. And I mean, I wouldn't change anything, you know. It's one of those things that happened the way that it happened, and I'm just so grateful for that experience to have been involved in such a huge scale project. So here's looking forward to more of those kind of things happening in the future, because now I actually know what I'm doing, and so